confiarme. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Good morning. Good morning from Colombia. Your favorite digital nomad living abroad is here. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. How we feeling today? Happy Thursday. Happy Pari Friday. How we feeling? Hopefully we're feeling like showing some love today. So let's go ahead and get some hearts on that screen. Welcome, 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 y'all. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's talk about how to get you the F out of the United States. If you are somebody who wants to move abroad, if not, cool, skip this live. This one not for you. But if you are somebody who wants to move abroad from the United States, you are in the right place. You can start dropping any questions that you have about living abroad or moving abroad in the comments. I will answer as many questions as I can. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Put a number 1 for me in the comments if it's your first time joining any of my lives before. Put a number 1 in the comments if you are new here. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. I appreciate y'all double tapping that screen. And yeah, we will be talking about how to move abroad from the United States. We're going to be talking about my experience living abroad. So my husband and I left the United States last year to live abroad as digital nomads. We've been in 10 different countries since last year, and I've been going live, sharing my journey, more importantly, answering your questions on how you can also learn how to live abroad, learn how to travel on a budget, learn how to make money online. These are all the things that I talk about on here. So yeah, let's get into it. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, y'all. Let me see a number 1 in the comments if you're new. Let me see a number 2 in the comments if you are back. You're not new, you're back because you rocks with your girl. And let me see a number 3 in the comments if you would like to experience living outside of the United States in the next 365 days. Also, let me know where y'all are joining in from. Let me know where you at. Let me know what time it is. West Coast, are y'all up or not? East Coast, you better be in here representing with me, okay? So we're going to be talking about moving abroad, living abroad, all the things. Oh my God, that recipe look good. Let me not get distracted right now. Woo! I've been going down like a black hole of like TikTok recipes that I'm telling y'all. I have so many things saved that I want to make. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. Please remember that IG is for lurkers and TikTok is for lovers. So whether you're coming in here to hang out with me for a while or whether you are just popping in, please make sure y'all are tapping the screen, not just for me, but for other creators as well, because it is free. It is free for you to double tap that screen. And it means so much for us people who are out here talking to a box, us people trying to, battle these algorithm streets. So please make sure y'all are double tapping that screen. I really appreciate it. Let me know if y'all have any questions about living abroad or moving abroad before we get into the meat and potatoes, where I'm going to talk a little bit more about my journey. If you do want to move abroad, let me know in the comments. Drop which countries you're interested in. Let me know which countries are on your mind, whether you have already visited there, whether you haven't visited there yet, whether you already know it's a country you want to move to. If it's just kind of on your maybe list, put your country in the comments. Let's see where y'all trying to go. Let's see which countries y'all are interested in moving to. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. I appreciate y'all. Drop a number 1 in the comments if you're new here. I don't know why y'all being so quiet today. Why y'all out here giving IG energy? That's ick. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? I left IG and came over here because I was like, TikTok people love to support. TikTok people love to show up. So yeah, don't leave me hanging in here. Say good morning. Say good night. Tell me what country you want to travel to. Let me know where you're joining in from. Say something. I'm going to be going into my living abroad journey, my moving abroad journey, differences that I have noticed in living abroad versus living inside the United States. And for anybody who's interested in living abroad and you need some help, you're like, Bianca, I have so many questions. I don't know where to start. I also am going to have a special offer for you a little bit later. For those of you who stick around, thank y'all for the hearts. I appreciate y'all so much for double tapping that screen. So my name is Bianca for anybody who is new here. And last year, my husband and I left the United States to live abroad as digital nomads. So let me know in the comments if you are, I lost my train of thought. Let me know in the comments if you know what a digital nomad is. That's what I was going to say. Let me know in the comments if you know what a digital nomad is. Put the word yes if you do. Put the words not yet if you have not heard of a digital nomad, or maybe you've heard of them, but you're not exactly sure what that means. Mama Tree says, I'm disabled, prosthetic leg with 2 daughters in their 20s. where's good and affordable? Well, I mean, as far as like affordable, most places outside of the United States are affordable. Like affordable is going to depend on like your budget. The like least expensive place to live in the world is in like Southeast Asia. I'm currently in Colombia, and it's also very affordable here. Mexico is very affordable. Lots of places in Europe are very affordable. So like honestly, like I said, like, you know, affordable is relative, but most countries outside of the US are very, very affordable. Like you can also take a look at like the US dollar compared to whatever country you are interested in. Also, as far as like having a disability, so I'll talk about it a little bit more later, but I do have a course in my bio called the Move Abroad Planning Series, aka the MAPS course, and in there I have a lot of information about like moving abroad, even if you are disabled, like if you have a disability. But one of the resources that I love is called a piece of travel.com. It is a person who she's actually in a wheelchair, and so she basically blogs about these different places that she's been to, and she kind of rates them on how like accessible friendly they are. So I would recommend checking that out. Okay, Terrence says not yet in terms of not knowing what a digital nomad is. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. So like I mentioned earlier, me and my husband are digital nomads. So a nomad is somebody who moves around from place to place, right? Like if you are nomadic, that means that you don't necessarily have one place that you call home. You travel around from place to place. So whenever you pop the word digital in front of it, that just means that you make money digitally. So a digital nomad is literally just somebody who works and travels. That's literally like the simplest way to put it. So yeah, last year, me and my husband left the United States to live abroad as digital nomads. We've been in 10 different countries since last year. We've been in Brazil, Spain, Vietnam, Thailand, Japan, Indonesia, Colombia, Panama, Mexico. I think that's all of them. And yeah, like I said, now I go live so that I can share my experience, answer your questions, and, you know, help you do the same things that I'm doing if that's something that you want to do. So go ahead and drop in the comments and let me know which countries are you interested in terms of moving abroad or living abroad, whether you know that this is the country for you or whether you're still doing your research. Drop in the comments which countries you are interested in. Jacqueline said, good morning. I'm just getting started in exploring how to get started. Cyprus, Switzerland, and Athens. Wow. Okay. First of all, I ain't never heard nobody say Cyprus. That's incredible. Yeah, I've never, like, I gotta know, where did Cyprus come from? Like, I genuinely have to know. Switzerland is very expensive. I am not in your pockets, baby. If you got it, go for it. But I did want to put that disclaimer out there that I have heard Switzerland is really expensive. I put it out there because I know that one of the reasons a lot of people leave the US is for a better cost of living. So that is just something to keep in mind. Athens. Okay, so Greece. Yeah. So I mean, let me know. Have you been to any of these countries? Why did you choose Colombia over Asia? Because it's closer to the US, and because oh my god, I'm getting over a cold, y'all. So there's going to be some throat clearing. Hi sunshine, good morning. There's going to be some throat clearing. There might be some coughing. I might have to pause and like blow my nose. You know, I'm a human. It is what it is. Okay. I chose Colombia over Asia because it's closer and because I wanted to be able to get home sooner if needed. So we were in Asia last year and absolutely loved it. But like I said, because like our parents are older, we just decided that we would prefer to be closer. Simply Forgive, good morning. Thailand, Mexico. Mexico has changed the income bracket. I love Thailand and Mexico. What is your main source of income? So I work for myself. So I primarily make money from digital marketing and affiliate marketing, but I have several different income streams. I also I publish books on Amazon. I do like paid market research studies. Like I do a lot of different things to earn money. There's so many just like simple, fun ways that you can so many simple and fun ways that you can learn how to make money. I actually have a resource at the link in my bio called the Cash Flow Come Up Checklist for anybody who wants to learn how to start making more money. No experience, no degree required at all. But for those of y'all who are for real, you can go to the link in my bio and get the Cash Flow Come Up Checklist because it's all about how to start making more money outside of a traditional job. So I do have some remote job resources in there as well. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a remote job, but I think too many people today are way too dependent on a job. Okay. And jobs are out here laying people off, firing people. Like it's happening left and right, y'all. There's no such thing as job security. So even if you are looking for a job, I'm not telling you to stop looking. I'm not telling you to quit your job, but I am telling you, you need to also be exploring ways to make money. on your own, like without a job, because it's 2025. It's 2025. Like, stop leaving money on the table. There's too many ways that you can be making money online. Sunshine says, how much do you spend in travel going between countries if you have temporary visas? So, well, how much do I spend on what? What do you mean in travel going between countries if you have? I'm sorry, my brain is trying to put these questions together. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. Please continue to double tap that screen. Okay, so for starters, this year we've only been in Mexico and Colombia. Last year was when we went to a lot more countries. So when you say in travel, Sunshine, are you referring to like flights, accommodations? You said you're looking into other startup businesses, period, from where you are back in the US. Yeah, but are you asking me about the actual travel expenses, like flights, or are you asking me about like living expenses? I just want to make sure I'm answering your question. Okay, somebody said, how do you afford? Okay, yeah, so I answered that question. I work for myself. Here are 3 ways that I afford living abroad as a digital nomad. Number 1, I work for myself. I have no income cap. I can make as much as I want to make. Like, I work for myself, and I can earn my income from anywhere. That's number 1. Number 2, I know how to travel on a budget, because budget travel is my specialty. I have a budget travel masterclass in my bio as well. Y'all, I know how to travel on a budget. That's the second reason. And then, wait, I thought I had a third reason. What was the third reason? Shit, that completely just left my head. I said that I can make money from anywhere. I've learned how to travel on a budget. I'm completely blanking. I thought I had 3, and I don't even remember what the last one is. Don't judge me, judge your mama, okay? I'm human, y'all. Okay, so if I went to Thailand and had to leave within 90 days, and I did that every 90 days, I was asking if you were familiar with the pricing of travel. Okay, flights. Oh, okay, got you. So, well, let me just say for the record, I have not really had to, well, actually, I overstayed in Thailand. That's a whole other conversation. We went from Thailand to Japan. So Sunshine, there's no one answer to that question, because travel is going to depend on where you go, right? Like, if I travel from Thailand to Vietnam, that's going to be, Simply Forgive said, third, you have multiple streams of income, period. Okay, that's true too. I do have multiple streams of income. Thank you, Simply Forgive. But yeah, like, it depends on where you're going. Like, if I fly from Thailand to Vietnam, that's a different price from flying from Thailand to Australia or Thailand to Europe. So, I mean, the main answer to this question is, like, I know how to travel on a budget. I know how to get the best deals on flights. I know how to avoid paying full price on Airbnbs. I know how to find the best deals on hotels. So a lot of this, like, these are skills that I have learned, y'all. Okay, these are not skills that I was born with. These are skills that I have learned how to do. By the way, I teach y'all all of this in the MAPS course. The MAPS course is at the link in my bio for anybody who is serious about getting out of the US and you want to know everything that you need to get the F out. You can use the promo code 20 spelled out while I'm live for 20% off. But yeah, I mean, flights, like, I remember like flying. Oh my God, how much? Oh my God, this was so long ago. I want to say me and my husband paid like $600 to fly to Japan for both of us. And then I remember our flight back was a lot cheaper. It was like half the price. I know that we flew the first time. So we flew from Brazil to Vietnam, but we technically flew to Thailand. By the way, I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to be dropping some budget travel gems for y'all. Let me give y'all a little pro tip right now. Okay. Whenever you are looking to get the best deals on flights, make sure you are checking the surrounding airports. I need y'all to be double tapping that screen like you're hearing gems right now. We're not doing lurkers today. Okay. I need y'all to be double tapping that screen like you learning something new. I need you to be double tapping that screen like you are here, you are showing up, you are present, and you are ready to learn how to make money online, how to travel on a budget, how to move abroad from the United States. Okay. Simply Forgive the map. If you're watching on YT, the course is actually it's in the description. So if you're watching on TikTok, it's at the link in my bio. If you're watching on YT, it's in the description. But yeah, and by the way, y'all, if I'm talking about something and I lose my train of thought and go on a tangent with something else, do not hesitate to remind me, because that happens to me on multiple occasions. Okay, I will not be offended. It's like sometimes people have to be like, wait, Bianca, go finish your sentence from before. Okay, so like we flew. So yeah, the budget travel hack, check surrounding airports. Me and my husband, we could not find a flight from Brazil to Vietnam for less than $1,000. And I was like, I will never pay more than $1,000 for a flight ever again, unless that shit is business class. I will never do it. Okay. But you know why? Because I have learned how to travel on a budget, and they say if you knew better, you do better. Okay. So I was doing some research. Turns out it was a lot less expensive to fly into Bangkok. So we flew to Bangkok, and then we flew from there to Vietnam. And I think from Bangkok to Vietnam, it was like $150. So yeah, Sunshine, it really depends on where you're going. Like obviously, if you're just doing like a border run, then I would recommend going, like for you, like I would recommend going to Vietnam or like maybe Malaysia, but somewhere like super close. And like you can definitely fly there. We were booking one ways and it was like 150. So you could probably spend like $250, $300. And you might even be able to get it lower than that. Like I said, I give a lot more hacks in my budget travel masterclass, which is all about how to travel on a budget. But even in the maps course comes with 12 different videos, y'all. And out of those 12 videos, I spent an entire day, or there's one video that's all about how to travel on a budget. Hello, Kim. I am in Colombia. I have my passport. I have some cushion. I'm about to have my nationwide background check done. Let's get it, Sunshine. I am here for it. Okay. Are you afraid of being in Mexico? I'm not in Mexico. I've got a friend who moved her and her family to Cyprus for 10 years and loved it. Oh, that's so dope, Jacqueline. I love that. It's so nice whenever you have like, I'm yelling. It's so nice whenever you have like representation. It's so nice whenever you can see somebody else who has done it. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. I really appreciate y'all tapping that screen. How do you rate Colombia infrastructure versus Thailand? Good decision on parents. Are those two different questions? So first let me yeah, you're so welcome, Sunshine. Okay, so one thing I want to say is like I completely understand why we talk about countries, but I really want us to really start thinking more about like cities, right? Because let's say we're talking about Thailand. Bangkok is so different from Chiang Mai, which is so different from Phuket, which is different from Krabi, which is different from Hua Hin. I'm in Colombia, right? I'm in Medellin. Medellin is different from Cartagena, which is different from Cali, which is different from Santa Marta, which is different from Choco. So at the end of the day, whenever I'm talking about my experience, I'm going to be talking about them more from like a city perspective. Terrence, can you be more specific about when you say infrastructure? Like, what do you mean? And you say good decision on parents. I don't know. Like, what is your question there? First of all, I'm not a parent. Let me put that out there. I'll be very honest with you. I personally would not live in Medellin with my kids. If I had kids, I would not come here. But let me be very clear. There are parents here from the United States. Actually, there's a woman here with her 2 sons, a single mom here with her 2 sons. She agreed to do a live interview with me. I need to reach out to her to set that up. But yeah, she actually agreed to do a live with me because I would love to talk to her about, because people ask that question a lot. You hear the things about Medellin and Colombia. Me personally, I get a little overwhelmed at the thought of just being in a city with kids. Like it's too much. I'm going to talk about where I live, like the area that I'm in, right? Having to be extra careful with like crossing the street, because here, like, pedestrians don't have the right of way. They will hit your ass. Do not play. You know that shit y'all pull? The shit that we pull in the US, like, well, I'm the pedestrian. They not gonna hit me. You better leave that shit in the United States because you will die. Okay? The pedestrians do not have the right of way here. That alone for me is enough for me to not move my kid to a big city. Again, this is my opinion, and I do not have kids, but there are American parents here with children. Terrence, if you send me a DM, I can actually, if you want to reach out to the woman who I'm referring to, I know that she's open to talking about her experience. So if you want to send me a DM, I'm happy to share her information with you. I'm in Colombia right now. I think I answered that. I moved to Canada at 23 and moved back to the US at 38, thinking of leaving again. So is Canada, what's Gozo? I've never heard of that. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. I don't know. So I've never been to Canada. It's never been on my travel list because in my experience, I have no experience in Canada, but I've met several Canadians, and like based on what I've seen, Canada to me it's too similar to the US for me, okay? For some of you, a place that's similar to the US, that might be a plus for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you prefer to be somewhere that feels more familiar, if you prefer to be somewhere that reminds you of being back in the US, again, there's nothing wrong with that. Different strokes for different folks, y'all, okay? One of the things that a lot of people are not telling you is like, there's no such thing as like, oh, this is the best country, okay? What's best for me is not going to be best for you or him or them or Shim, whoever, right? Like, that's not how it works, right? It's just like, think about the United States. There are people who love living in New York. I could never, because I cannot handle the cold. And people are like, yeah, it does get really cold, but you get to live in New York. I don't give a shit. I'm not dealing with the cold. You know what? I talk to people who are like, I could never live in North Carolina. It's too hot. I'm used to it. I'm used to it being hot. I'm used to it being humid. It's the same thing abroad, okay? There's no such thing as like, oh, this is the best country. These are the best countries. It all depends on what you're looking for, okay? So what I do in my maps course, so we actually spend 3 days. There's 3 whole videos in the course where we talk about how to pick the place that is best for you. So in the course, I actually walk you through a series of questions to ask yourself. I show you how to get clear on your wants, your needs, and your non-negotiables so you can understand what you are looking for. So you can understand what your needs are. So you can understand which countries, and let's even go more narrow than that, which cities you will thrive in, okay? And I'm going to be honest with y'all, you would be surprised. Thank you so much, Sunshine. I'm older. I want something like village life. See, that is such a great point to bring up. Some people are like, I want to be somewhere a little bit more remote. I want to be on a farm. I want to be in the mountains. Other people are like, I have to be by the water. Me personally, I am a water girly. I love, love, love the water. But y'all, cities got me in a chokehold. Cities got me in a chokehold. You know why? Because I just cannot beat the convenience. I can't. I cannot beat the convenience of how walkable a city is. How like you can, like everything that you need, like you can get it right there. You can easily get things delivered. It's just that's my life right now. 20 years from now, I might be like, I am done with the city life. I don't care anymore, right? So again, it's completely different strokes for different folks. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. I appreciate y'all. Y'all, listen, it's a different experience, okay? Welcome y'all who are just now joining. Let me see a number 1 in the comments if y'all are new here. TikTok, I don't know why I'm being so quiet today. Maybe I need to just hang this up and go talk to people on YT because TikTok acting like they don't want to talk today. TikTok is giving IG energy, and I'm gonna tell you, Bianca is not here for it. I am not. I'm like, don't be acting like IG. I left that platform and I came over here because I was like, yeah, people talk back over here. People don't just lurk, because y'all know IG be giving that lurking energy. Like IG, you be like, I am back. I purchased the Move Abroad resource guide, downloading it now, period. Thank you for your business. Simply Forgive. Okay, y'all. So as far as like the resources at the link in my bio, so the MAPS course, it comes with my Move Abroad resource guide, which is a 23-page guide. Everything you need to move out of the US. The course also comes with the 12 videos. Okay. So the 12 videos is basically a breakdown of everything that you need to move abroad. And it also comes with a workbook. So you can grab either at the link in my bio. I do also have like a freebie for anybody who's at like the super, super beginner stages of living abroad. And you can check that out as well. Welcome, Sunshine. Who else put a number 1 in the comments? I see. Dawn, welcome. Yeah, drop a number 1 in the comments if you're new here. Drop a number 2 if you are back, and drop a number 3 if you would like to get the F out of the United States. If you would like to join the U.S. dropout movement and experience living abroad in the next 365 days. Because I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm here to talk to the action takers. I'm not here to talk to the people that just want to save the videos. I'm not here to talk to the people that just want to talk about all the stuff they want to do. I'm here to talk to the people who are ready to take action, okay? Because I'm going to be real with y'all. Moving abroad is 80% mindset. Everybody want to ask me about visas. Everybody want to ask me about countries. Y'all know people rarely ask me. People rarely ask me about what it's like to mentally prepare to move abroad. And you know why? Because we as humans, we always cling to the external. We always think that it's about the stuff. We always think it's about the things. It's about all the stuff happening on the outside. I'm going to be real with y'all. Most of y'all, the amount of people who say they want to move abroad, most people won't do it. Most people won't do it. You know why? Because of fear, because of self-sabotage, because of your mindset, because you think it's going to be too hard, because you think it's going to be too complicated, you think it's going to be too overwhelming, you think it's going to be too expensive. Some of y'all need to start mentally preparing to move abroad, which, by the way, I talk about in the course as well. Day 1 is all about mindset. For anybody For anybody who has gotten any products from me, free or paid, y'all know we always talking about mindset, because I have learned that's truly the number one thing holding you back. Y'all, I have traveled to 24 different countries despite growing up Black and broke, lower middle class in the United States. And now I live abroad. Now I have 10 streams of income. Y'all, why? Because I started shifting my mindset. Because once you get it in your motherfucking head, I'm moving abroad no matter what. Once you realize where there's a will, there is a way. Once you realize even when the setbacks arise, because baby, they coming. And you know why? Because that's life. You have setbacks in the US, baby. You have setbacks in the US. You're going to have them abroad as well. Even when the setbacks come up, you know you got this. That's what confidence is. Ooh, I'm on a roll today. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me come to these questions. I'm in the super beginning stages. Does your course include how to find jobs? Yes, it does. I spent 2 days talking about different ways for you to make money, including my favorite remote job resources. Oh, I got a new one I need to add in there. Including my favorite remote job resources and the ways that I make money online. So I talk about different types of businesses that you can start. I talk about teaching English. That is in the course as well. Hello, Michael. Please share what's in your course. Okay, yeah, let me walk through it. I just spent the last 2 years living in Spain and I want to go back. Period. Michael, what part of Spain? That's so dope. And Imperial Goddess says, yes, I'm mentally preparing. Mindset in 3 videos is what I've heard so far. Is there anything more? Yes, absolutely. So let me walk through everything that's in the MAPS course. So first of all, it's in your bio. Yes, it's at the link in my bio. It's called the Move Abroad Planning Series. If you're watching on YT, it's in the description. So y'all, the entire course. First of all, you get the Move Abroad resource guide, like the physical PDF, right? So for anybody who actually wants to be able to click around, read through, you have the PDF with all of the information that you need to move abroad. So the course, the actual videos, this is where I did a 12-day series. Okay, put the word yes in the comments if you have already learned something since you've been on this live. Let me see the word yes or the word learn in the comments if you've already learned something on here, because this is what I'm trying to tell y'all right here. The MAPS course is 12 of these. 12 of these videos. Okay. So I went live for 12 days in a row, specifically on how to move abroad from the United States. There's even a workbook that goes along with it. So you can print it out or you can pull it up in a Word doc and you can take your notes. Because if y'all like me, I need to write some shit down. Okay. I hear it. I need to make sure that I remember and that I retain it. So you get the 12 videos, you get the workbook that comes along with it. And you also get the 23-page resource guide. Like I said, for those of you who want more of like the physical copy, the way I kind of like to look at it is like the Move Abroad resource guide, which is also in my bio. That's the one that's $27. That's like the good God, that's like the written version of the course, right? But for those of you who are like, I need to hear it, I need to see it, you know, if you like this kind of element, that's where the course comes in. So let me start going through the 12 days. Thank you for the rose. Thank y'all so much for the gifts. Hello, Pure Life Travels. So day 1, let's talk about the 12 days. Hold on. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything on YT because I couldn't see it for a second. There are language barriers and travel issues. Perks are less stress, save money and peace, period. I told myself to learn different software so I can work from abroad. I love that mindset, sunshine. And listen, if y'all, y'all, I'm telling you, if you are willing to learn how to do new things, if you're willing to learn new skills, you can have whatever the fuck you want out of life. Some of y'all don't want to get out of your comfort zone. Some of y'all have been living on autopilot. You've been doing the same shit, going to the same job, talking to the same people. When is the last time you got out of your comfort zone? You have learned thousands of skills in your life. You can learn how to make money online. You can learn how to move abroad. You can learn how to travel on a budget. You know how I know? Because I did it. This regular ass girl from North Carolina who grew up in a city that didn't even have a Chipotle, learn how to do it. So why can't you? I'm gonna tell you why. Because you're holding yourself back. Okay, let me come back to the course. Okay, bet. Day number 1 is mindset. I don't know who's spiritual in here, but I am. If you're not, that's cool. But I'm gonna tell you about Bianca. I am a faith over fear girly. You know why? Because I got to a point in my life where I realized my biggest fear is getting to the end and realizing I didn't do what I said I was going to do. Put the word yes in the comments if you're willing to admit that you know what it feels like to look in the mirror and to know that you are not living in your purpose. Ooh, how many of you are willing to admit, put a yes in the comments if you're willing to admit, you know what it feels like to wake up and realize another 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years have gone by and you still haven't traveled. You still haven't moved abroad. You still haven't started that business. I can put my own yes in the comments because I had to get tired of my own bullshit for me to actually get to where I am today. You hear this is why people be like, damn, Bianca, you getting louder, you going off. It is literally because this is how passionate I feel about helping people live the life that they want to live, because I am tired of people being in my DMs telling me they've been wanting to move abroad. They've been wanting to travel. They've been wanting to start a business, but the fear, y'all, you can feel the fear and move abroad. You can be nervous and move abroad. You can be scared and move abroad. Okay. So day one is mindset, how to manifest this life, how to get rid of those, how to reframe those limiting beliefs, how to deal with the self-sabotaging thoughts telling you that you cannot do this, because yes, you can. You can absolutely do this. I'm about to finish going through the course, y'all. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. I need to blow my nose though. Give me 1 second. I'm a mute. I just got so close to that camera. All right, y'all, I'm back. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. I appreciate y'all. Okay, so where am I at? My Word doc. Okay, here we are. Okay, so we're going through the MAPS course. If you're watching on YT, it's in the description. If you're watching on TikTok, it's at the link in my bio. You can use the promo code 20 spelled out for 20% off of the course. And there is a payment plan option for anybody who needs to use Klarna or Afterpay. So day one, mindset. How to get into the move abroad mindset, how to mentally prepare for this, how to actually manifest this life of living abroad. Day two, preparing to leave, health insurance, moving, packing, how much money you need to move, how to tell your family and manage relationships. Put a yes in the comments if you've already told your family you want to move abroad. Put a yes in the comments and put a no if you haven't. I'm just curious. There is no right or wrong answer here. I'm genuinely just curious. Where are we at with the family conversations? Okay, learning as we doggo. That's such a cute name. Yeah, for those of you who have told your parents, or not just your parents, for those of you who have told your families, let me know, like, are they supportive? How do they feel about it? Like, and again, like, I'm just curious because I know everyone's story around that is so different. So yeah, so day two, preparing to leave, health insurance, moving, packing, how much money you need to move, how to tell your family, documents that you need, all of that is in day two. Days 3, 4, and 5, y'all. We spend 3 days. I barely lived in the US, so they're not surprised, period. Sunshine said they don't like it. Is it like they don't like it, but they're gonna accept it, or is it like they're just not supportive? Imperial says, I told my children I'm waiting until my daughter graduates. Okay, how do your children feel about it? I'm just curious. Okay, so y'all, days 3, 4, and 5 are all about how to choose the place that is best for you. We spent 3 days talking about this. Why? Because it's one of the number one questions that I get. Okay, so we talk about moving around versus settling. Remember, I told y'all earlier, there are a lot of different ways that you can live abroad. One of my biggest issues with a lot of people on these apps is everybody talks about moving abroad as if in order for you to experience living abroad, like you have to just go pick up your life and just go. And there's no other way to do it. Y'all, there are so many different ways to live abroad. You can test out living abroad. You can literally do a test drive before you go and take the big leap. But I feel like there's not that many people talking about that. Some of y'all who are like, Bianca, I would love to do this, but I just don't know. I don't know if I am mentally, emotionally prepared to pick up my entire life and go move to a different country. You don't have to do it that way. You can go test out living abroad for a few weeks, for a few months, see how you like it, move around for a bit without having to just cut off everything from your US life, okay? These are, y'all, all of this is, we're still going through the MAPS course, y'all. All of this stuff is in the course, okay? Let me know in the comments, who is ready to take the big leap? Who is like, Bianca, I don't need a test. Sis, I am ready to go, okay? Put the word leap in the comments if you are like, nah, F a test, I am doing this, I'm leaving. Put the word leap in the comments. If you are someone who is like, Bianca, I hear you, I love that for them, but I need a test drive. I need to get a little taste before I just decide to uproot my entire life. Put the word test in the comments. And y'all, there's no right or wrong answer. I did a test. I did a test 100%, and I will always, always, always be happy with my decision, okay? People literally ask me, well, why are you so sure about Colombia? It's my third time here. How could I not be sure about Colombia? Like, I have spent a lot of time here, okay? Like, that's why I'm so sure. Like I said, there's nothing wrong if you're the type of person who knows you can take a big leap and like, you're like, you know what, whatever happens, I got it. I love that for you. I'm not telling you not to do that. People do that, but I'm also telling you, if moving abroad feels like something that is calling you, but you have just like a lot of nervousness and it just feels like too much to do at once, then figure out a way to do a test drive. I give many different test drive options in the course, y'all. We're still on day 3, okay? Well, we're on days 3, 4, and 5 because these are all about how to choose your place. Sunshine said, my bags stay packed. Leap, period. Oh, I've been thinking about it for 5 years. I didn't want to go alone. Now I don't care. I love that for you, Sunshine. Y'all, I love hearing these things. Like, people who take, y'all, I love this for you. Love, love, love this for you. Okay, so we're still going through the MAPS course, y'all. 3 days on how to pick the place that's best for you. Moving around versus settling. Things to consider. Your cost of living. If you have any certain circumstances or anything that you want to look for specifically in your place. If you're like, you know what, Bianca, I'm Black. I want to go somewhere where there's other Black people. Bianca, I'm queer. I want to go somewhere where I know that they are supportive of the queer community. Bianca, I have a disability. Bianca, I have children. I want to be somewhere that is going to be, a place that's considered really family friendly. Okay. Like, Bianca, I need like certain medications. I'm moving abroad with my pets, Bianca. I got 2 dogs and a cat. I got a turtle. I need to put my kids in school. All of this. This is just day 3. All this information I've already done, told y'all, is in the course. I'm only on day 3 right now. For those of y'all who are new in here, we're going through all the things in my Move Abroad Planning Series course. It's at the link in my bio if you're watching on TikTok. It's in the description if you're watching on YT. You can use that promo code 20 spelled out for 20% off while I am live, because I love me an action taker. Y'all better take advantage because I can't be on here much longer today. I'm behind on life today. It is what it is. Okay. What else did I put in here? Is this still day 3? Yes. Places that speak English, okay? Visa options, countries that offer dual citizenship, taxes, all of this is in day 3. Day 4, we're still talking about how to choose your destination. For my sister said, I'm nervous, but doing it anyway. That's how you got to do it. Go with your nerves. Bring your nerves with you, baby. Bring them with you. And then you'll get on the other side and be like, oh my God, wow. Like, y'all would be so surprised at how quickly something can become your new normal. You would be so surprised at how quickly something can become your new normal. I'm telling you. Okay, so day number 4. This is where, remember earlier I was telling y'all about how like there's no perfect country for everybody. So my lunch break is over. Thank you for joining, Sunshine. For those of you who were on here earlier, I talked about how sorry, y'all, 1 second. I talked about how like there's no such thing as like the best country for everybody, right? Like you got to figure out which country, which city is going to be best for you. So this is where I go through the whole shebang, okay? How to understand your wants, your needs, and your non-negotiables. Wish I could say, but I got to get back onto my business. Thank you so much for joining. Remember, y'all, take advantage of the live bonus while I'm on here. Use that promo code 20 for 20% off. So, The try before you buy option. That's kind of how I call it, right? Different ways that you can test out living abroad. All of this is in day 4. Day 5 is where I give my personal recommendation. Remember, y'all, I've traveled to 24 different countries. So day 5 is where I give my personal recommendations. I talk about the countries that I've been to. I talk about the countries and cities that I've learned about from other travelers. Like, I've met hundreds of other people who are out here doing the same thing as me, y'all. So those are 3 days spent on how to choose the best place for you. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. Please continue to double tap, y'all. Day number 6 is traveling and living abroad on a budget. Listen, I ain't got no shame in saying that one of the main reasons my husband and I have been able to travel to 10 different countries since last year, living abroad this way, is because we have learned how to travel on a budget. Me and my husband do not spend we are 2 people. Okay, two fully functioning adults. Me and my husband living abroad do not spend what you spend in a month. Okay, we don't, what you spend in a month as one person living in the US, we don't spend half of that living here in Medellin, Colombia. Okay, when you learn how to travel on a budget, it is a skill that you have for life. So day 6 is all about traveling and living abroad on a budget. Are y'all still in here with me? Put a yes in the comments. Put something. Drop me an emoji. Say something if y'all still in here with me. Okay, that's day number 6. Day number 7 is housing. Where you gonna live? Where you gonna live? How are you gonna find the best housing? How are you going to avoid getting scammed? How are you going to find the resources that you need to make sure that you pick the neighborhood that's best for you? Okay, I see y'all. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Imperial. Thank y'all. Thank you so much, Crystal. What, TikTok? I'm not reading that. That's too long right now. So day 7 is all about housing. Days number 8 and 9, making money while you are abroad, y'all. Number 1 question I get, Bianca, how do you afford this? Bianca, how am I going to make money? This is the number 1 question that I get. So we spent 2 whole days talking about different ways for you to earn money while you are abroad. Y'all, we have to shift our mindset around money. We have to shift our mindset around money. We have to stop thinking that money has to come from a job. Okay. I do give remote job resources in here as well, but I really want y'all to think bigger. I really want y'all to start thinking about ways that you can be making money for yourself. So we dive into all of this in days number 8 and 9. Yes, scamming is one of my concerns. Yeah, I don't blame you because it happens. Like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, I mean, people get scammed in the US, people get scammed outside of the US, and I 10 out of 10 get it. Day number 10, how to adjust to your new life abroad, okay? How to get more immersed in the culture, learning the language, being involved in the community, okay? Like, all of this, thank you for the gift. All of this is in day number 10. Day number 11 is how to keep home in your heart. Hey, Olivia, I'm in Colombia right now. Day number 11 is how to keep home in your heart, okay? Maybe you're leaving a lot of family and friends behind. Maybe you have your own personal rituals or customs. Thank y'all for the hearts. Maybe you have your own rituals or customs in the US and you don't want to have to give all of that up. So day 11 is how to keep home in your heart, how to like stay connected to your people, how to make sure that if there are certain things of your life that you absolutely don't want to give up, how to be able to keep all of that or some of that while you are abroad. And then day 12 is FAQ. So at day 12, I just answered a bunch of different questions on how to move abroad, kind of like questions y'all are asking me today. So y'all, all of that, all the 12 things that I just went through, all of that and so much more is it's in the MAPS course, y'all. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you are serious, if you don't want to have to go do a whole bunch of research on your own, if you feel like you want to live abroad, but you just don't know where to start, or there's too much information, or you hear stuff out here, but you're like, oh, I don't know how I feel about that. If you want somebody who's already done all the research for you, I'm right here. This is why I made the MAPS course. Action takers, take advantage. Take advantage of the live bonus. Use that promo code 20 spelled out for 20% off while I am live. And remember, there is a payment plan option for anybody who wants to use Afterpay or Klarna, because I get it. Listen. Olivia said, how is it safe? Do you have kids? Yeah, I mean, I love it here. I do not have kids. No, I do. I want to make sure before I said yes to that. I do not have kids. I love Colombia. It's my 3rd time here. What other questions do y'all have for me about moving abroad, living abroad, or the course? Let me know. Let me know in the comments if y'all have any other specific questions. Remember, y'all, I'm not gonna be in here that much longer. So if you want to take advantage of the live bonus, ask me your questions. If you have questions about anything else that's in the course, any general questions about living abroad, use me as a resource because I'm not just up here to look cool. Listen, there's so much content on my page. Like, I'm cool with posting stuff in the feed, but y'all, I go live because I want y'all to see I am a real life human being. I'm not just a content creator. We do this thing where we look at social media, we look at these other people online, we put them on a pedestal, we think we know anything about their lives, we think we know about their journeys, and y'all, we don't. And here's the thing, it don't matter. It doesn't matter, y'all, because my journey isn't your journey. Okay? My journey is not your journey. You are going to have a completely different, maybe not completely different, but you're going to have a different moving abroad experience from me, from her, from him, from them, whoever. And that's how it is supposed to be. But you got to stop comparing yourself. Why do you love it? Why do you love Colombia? Give an example, please. Look at my views. Do you see my views over there? Do you see the views like out of my window? You're talking about why do I love Colombia? Look at that. There are beautiful views everywhere here in Colombia. Colombian people are so kind. They call this the city of eternal spring because the weather is so nice. The weather is so nice year round. There's a big expat community out here, which is something that's important for me and my husband. It may be important to you, but it's important to us. Those are just some of the reasons that I love Colombia. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is an answer that's the truth. But a lot of people don't like this answer. But y'all, I'll never be able to explain to you how I can be in certain countries and it feels like home. I can never put that to you in words. And this is why I want y'all to take action. This is why I want y'all to have the courage to take the leap. If this is something, y'all, put the word yes in the comments if you feel called. If your spirit, if you feel living abroad in your spirit, because I'm not just talking to the people who are out here trying to, just look cool on social media. I'm talking to the people whose soul is calling them to experience living abroad, to experience living outside of the United States. Y'all, it's possible for you. Yes, Kimchi, it is possible for you. There's no reason. The only difference between you and the people who have already done this is that they had the audacity to try. They weren't too afraid to fail. Y'all, you got to fail your way to success. Y'all ever realize people who have never failed at anything, they ain't done shit. They're boring. They're living a mediocre life that they settled for. And you're so afraid of what they're going to think. The amount of people who tell me they want to move abroad, but they talk about, well, this person don't support them. I don't know what this person is going to say. Sis, it's one life. We get to do this one time. Are you really going to get to the end and be like, damn, I always wanted to live abroad, but I never did because do you have any idea how lame our excuses sound in hindsight? And I tell people all the time, I'm not taking your excuses from you. I'm not going to try to take your excuses from you. If you have all these reasons for why you can't move abroad, you get to keep them because guess what? Ain't nobody coming to save you. I'm not coming to save you. Your country ain't coming to save you. Your president ain't coming. Nobody's coming to save you because nobody can save you from yourself but you. Nobody can save you from your self-sabotage but you. Put the word self in the comments if you're willing to admit that you allow self-sabotage to stop you from living the life that you want to live. Y'all, I can put my own self in the comments because I get it. I get it. I was you. Y'all got to realize the person that you see today, y'all, the person that you see today, this is not the person who I've always been, but I go live so that y'all can see. You don't got to be rich. You don't got to have it all figured out. You don't got to have all the resources. Like you don't have to check a certain number of boxes that are unattainable. You just have to believe that it's possible for you. You have to be willing to get uncomfortable. You have to be willing to do something new. I already know that y'all know the answer to this. I know y'all know the answer to this. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. We know what this is, right? Because this is one of those things where it sounds really cool whenever you say it to somebody else. It sounds really cool whenever, you talk about it and, you're over here telling somebody else about their life. But let's talk about your life. Let's talk about your life, okay? Za, Trishy, Lil, Villiers. Let's talk about your life, okay? Y'all, we only get to do this one time. I didn't grow up with money. I didn't grow up knowing how to do the things that I know now. But you have already learned thousands of skills in your life. You've already learned thousands of skills. Learn how to make money for yourself. Learn how to travel on a budget. Learn what you need to move abroad. You at some point you got to ask yourself, what are your priorities? People are telling me, oh, well, I can't afford it. Well, I don't have the money. And I'm like, go look at your bank statement. I know we're about to be in November. In a few days, pull up your bank statement from October. Get you out a highlighter, and I want you to go highlight every single purchase, every single expense, whatever that you have. That's not essential. Because the thing is, you're already spending money on things you don't need. We all do. We all do it. You are already spending money on things that you don't need. So you have to ask yourself, how serious are you? How serious are you about experiencing life outside of the United States? How serious are you about living a slower life? Getting out of the matrix, being somewhere where you feel safe, where you can, send your kids to school and not worry that they're going to be pew-pewed while they are there. Being in a country, being in a city that prioritizes people over profit, where it's so easy and convenient to support the locals. You can just walk to your grocery store. You can wake up and be on the beach. You can wake up and have views like the ones that I have right now every single day. So this is my third time in Colombia. This time around, I've been here for going on 3 months and like a week. But remember, y'all, I am a digital nomad. So I have been in 10 different countries since last year. Remember, we talked about earlier how there are a lot of different ways that you can, she said, girl, I want to go so bad. Remember, y'all, there are a lot of different ways that you can live abroad, okay? Like, you don't have to just do it one way. You just have to, figure out the way that's going to work best for you. If you're willing to be flexible, if you actually believe in yourself, if you're willing to make it happen, y'all, where there is a will, there is a way. Somebody out there got twice the amount of kids as you. Somebody out here got twice the amount of pets as you. Somebody out here is making 1/3 than what you're making right now. And they've already moved. They have already moved. Y'all, people have been out here making it happen for years. Moving abroad isn't new. It's not new, y'all. People been doing it, okay? People been moving abroad, okay? Montana is a great example. She's actually on this app. And she's in Vietnam. This was older, but she's been in Vietnam for like, I almost said Vietnam. That's how you know I've been in Latin America. Talking about Vietnam. You can actually find her on here, but she's been in Vietnam for a few months now and she loves it. And she didn't do any kind of test drive. She just took the leap. She loves being in Vietnam. Actually, I love following her. I love seeing all of her Vietnam content. She be cracking me up. Excuse me. Oh, y'all, I'm so close to being fully over this cold. It's just like this lingering, stupid ass cough. Y'all, this was a woman who left me a comment on YouTube. She said, I just want you to know you inspired us to leave sooner. Sooner. I remember you on television. I was interviewed by NBC. That's what she's talking about. I remember you on television, I believe early January. We are 7 days in Southeast Asia. We started a YouTube channel to document our journey. We hope to inspire others. Y'all, people are out here making moves. People are out here doing it. Why can't you? Why can't you? You can learn everything that you need. I told y'all everything that you need is in the MAPS course. It's at the link in my bio. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description. And you can use that promo code 20 spelled out for 20% off. Everything that you need to make it happen is in the course, okay? This is a woman named Ariane. She moved to DR. She said, hold on, let me just now a little bit. Hey, Queen, I hope all is well. I wanted to let you know that I'm officially leaving the US and restarting my life in the DR. Because of you and your amazing videos, the video she's referring to is the exact course I'm telling you about. Because of you and your amazing videos, I'm finally taking the leap and getting on that plane tomorrow. Tomorrow. People are out here making it happen, y'all. So again, how long are you going to keep holding you back? And let me know, y'all, and I'm still up here. So let me know whatever other questions y'all have about I gotta start doing these sooner because this scroll is crazy. Y'all. But yeah, let me know what other question I have while I'm up here. What's the difference between the guide versus the course? So the guide is actually included in the course. The easiest way to think about it is like the guide is basically like the written version of the course. So the guide is a PDF with everything that you need, like all the information you need to move abroad. But the course comes with 12 videos. So if you are someone who's like, you know what, I'm cool with just the guide, or if you want to get started with the guide, like that's why I moved it up in my bio for someone who isn't ready to do like the full course. But yeah, the course has more information, but you still have everything you need in the Move Abroad guide, and the guide comes with the course, if that makes sense. I don't do one-on-one help for moving abroad, but I can refer you to people who do. Can you see if you purchased already? Yeah, if you send me a DM, I can look later when I get off of here. And send me a DM with your email address and I can look. What the? Okay, there it is. This woman said, you encouraged me to move abroad, and now my daughter and I are in Costa Rica. Been here for a month, loving it, surrounded by fruit trees, paying $500. Y'all, people are out here making it happen. People are out here making it happen. The time for talking about it is done. It's time to be about it now. It is time to be about it now. What other questions do y'all have about moving abroad or living abroad? Here's Amy. Your bundle is really helpful. I'm excited. I'm sending a date by next week, thanks to you. The bundle she's talking about is the same course, y'all. The information is there. Like I said, by all means, you can feel free to go and learn all this stuff on your own. But if you don't want to have to do all the research, then everything you need is in the MAPS course. Like I said, if you need a payment plan option, you can use Afterpay or Klarna. I made sure that I turned those options on as well. But everything you need is in there. For those of you who want to take advantage of the live bonus, y'all got a couple more minutes because I'm about to get off of here. But you can use the promo code 20 spelled out for 20% off. Those of you who already got it, thank you for your business. Let me know if you have any questions. Keep me updated on your journey. I am so excited for you. And like I said, for those of y'all who want to get it, if you got any last minute questions about moving abroad or about the course, let me know now before I get up off of here. If you're watching on YT, it's in the description. If you're watching on TikTok, you just go to the link in my bio. Yes, the code is for the course. Excuse me. Dang, it's hot in here. Y'all, our cleaning lady is coming in again today. I'm so excited. She's going to clean up our apartment and she is going to cook for us. And it costs a whopping $30. I'm here for it. Will the guide price stay the same? Waiting to be paid. I mean, I guess I'll never guarantee any of my prices will stay the same. But as far as like, I'm not planning on changing my prices anytime soon. But like, I'll never give any guarantees on that just because I can't. I'm in Colombia, y'all. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. I appreciate y'all. All right, y'all. Well, if y'all don't got any other questions, I'm about to get up off of here. Like I said, those of you who already got the course, thank you for your business. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll leave it up for like a couple more minutes for anybody who wants to take advantage. Keep in mind, y'all, if you what? No whites, what? White what? For those of you who I lost my train of thought. Hold on. Do you move around every 3 months or I don't we don't have like a specific number for like when we move around, but um yeah. Well, so the answer to your question is no. We don't move around every 3 months. We move when we want to move. Like we are very very flexible. Like we have learned that for us, we go where the wind blows us. We stay as long as we feel like we want to. Right now, we are in an era where we want to stay somewhere longer versus like last year where we were doing where we were doing the most. But whatever. But in general, yeah, we don't have like a set time for when we move around. Do you get visas? Nevea, is it? Did I say that right? Wait a minute. Are you the one that I've talked to on Instagram? Because if so, girl, we done had a whole conversation about this. Like, we had a whole conversation about this with visas. I know that we did. So because I am, matter of fact, I'm about to eat. Let me not even put this on. Because I'm a digital nomad and I move around from place to place. I haven't had to, other than like the regular tourist visas, I haven't had to worry about visas. Once we decide to like pick a place, then that'll be a whole other conversation. That will be a whole other conversation. Yeah, so we haven't really had to worry about visas since we move around from place to place. Is that the sun coming out? Oh my god, I'm about to go to the pool. Damn, I need to get my nails done. What a hard life. Decided between going to the pool and getting my nails done. Shit. I'm really trying to decide if I can do both. The cook is gonna be here like an hour 45 minutes. We'll see. All right, y'all. I'm about to get up off of here. Thank y'all so much for joining. Please make sure y'all hit follow. For those of you, like I said, the course, I'll leave it up for a couple minutes after I get off of here. Use that promo code 20 spelled out for 20% off. And then for those of you, like if you're not ready for the course, you can also grab the Move Abroad resource guide. If you just want something to get you started, that is in my bio as well. And for those of you who are in like the baby stages, I do also have like the what is it called? I have a free Move Abroad masterclass at the link in my bio as well. So like I said, y'all, like the resources are there. Take advantage, okay? Just don't let more time continue to pass. And then, you look up and you realize that you still haven't taken action. You still haven't done anything different. The resources are out there. Let me know if y'all have any questions. Otherwise, yeah, I will catch y'all next time. See y'all later.